sets to come on at 200, the fan kicks on and it automatically cools it off. Problem is, going down the road, my fan is not on, and when it gets up to 180, 185, the fan will kick on briefly, and I'm talking briefly, I'm talking like 30 seconds to a minute, and then as I go, I can hear it shut off, but then I watch the temperature, and it just drops all the way back down to 140. Any ideas?
I'm almost starting to think this is electrical, not mechanical.
We have checked the temperature with an infrared thermometers there.
Okay.
And the gauges always seem to be running true.
So then the question would be, and has anybody addressed this, if the gauge is correct and the sending unit is correct, why is the ECM doing something it's not supposed to do? Why is it turning that fan on then if that's correct information? That would be the first problem I would try to solve.
That's where I'm starting to wonder is if it's in the ECM itself.
Well, I nobody's checked that yet?
Well, we just checked the settings on the fan to make sure that the fan setting was for 200.
Right.
But I mean,
so
I'm getting crappy fuel mileage.
But let's think about that. You check the setting. It shouldn't come on till 200. You check the gauge. The gauge is accurate. It's coming on when it's not supposed to. The only thing I know that could control that would be the ECM. That would be the next logical place to check.
Well, I guess I'll have to go see Ethan and have him figure it out for me.
I think so. And here's the thing. Some of these problems, especially on older trucks, we can start to see multiple problems, and it can be really confusing. Like, I don't believe just the fan coming on for a little bit of time would drive the temperature down that far and leave it there. That part isn't making sense. But when we have a known problem, let's fix that first. Then that may lead us to the next solution. But if we leave it, and it sounds like they said, oh, yeah, it's coming on when it's not supposed to, but then they moved on. I don't think I would move on. I would solve that problem because it's confusing the issue.
Right. Okay. I just wondered if somebody else had a problem with the ISX running cold.
The other thing it sounds like to me is that the fan comes on. Again, that's not really enough by itself to drop the temperature that far. It sounds like the thermostats are opening and then for some reason not closing.
Now, like I said, we did, and this has all happened since the fresh rebuild. And they did an updated head gasket on it, updated cylinder liners on it, and some other updated parts and stuff like that. And we're all baffled. I mean, for it to drop that low, we can understand the fan kicking on, maybe, something is in there, it's got a short or something, or ECM.
Have we tried just to learn something? Have we tried putting a winter front on it and see what it does?
No, I have not.
Put a winter front on it, see what it does. Or a piece of cardboard. Don't go buy a winter front. Throw some cardboard up there like we used to when we were freezing in the wintertime.
Yeah, I remember them days.
Yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's see if we stop the airflow to that radiator, will we see higher temperatures? We should. But let's see what happens. But again, I would solve this problem of why is the fan coming on when it's not supposed to. It could be air conditioning. It could be the compressor. There are several other reasons that can cause that fan to come on. But so it may not be the ECM. But Go ahead.
The air conditioner is completely shut off. And I've even put a new binary switch and new low pressure switches on and a new fan stat on the air conditioner side.
Well, then I think the first problem to solve is not just to focus on the cooling, it's to focus on part of that cooling system is not operating the way it's designed. Let's fix that problem first.
Okay.
And then call me back.
Sure,
'cause
thank you much.
You're welcome. I'd love to hear ultimately what this one is. Let's go to Indiana. Bob, welcome to the program.
Hi, Kevin. I'm kind of sorry, but I disagree with you on 2 points in your open. And kind of here's why. The points are on how CDC is figuring deaths and whether or not it's the lockdowns that's caused the economic issues. Which one do you want to tackle first?
Boy, they're so intertwined. Just do the deaths first.
Okay, let's take this scenario. Let's say you've got a clotting disorder or diabetes, but you're not sick, you're not in the hospital, and I come along and I shoot you in the leg. I give you a wound that normally you would be able to survive, but either because of the clotting disorder, you bleed out, or because of the diabetes, it gets infected and you die because of an infection. Does that change that you died because I shot you in the leg?
Yes.
Okay. If I hadn't shot you in the leg, you wouldn't have died.
We can't know that.
And okay,
You might be able to assume, but we don't know that for sure. We don't know that you could have bled out from something totally unrelated. The diabetes could cause a stroke. You could have died. We don't know.
But at the time I shot you in the leg, you weren't sick, and you weren't.
No, I was sick. I was horribly sick. I had 2 comorbid conditions. You just described them.
Right, but they weren't bad enough that you were in the hospital yet.
Well, hold on a lot, because we're going to come back and we'll talk about this more. There's so many issues here. We'll come back and we'll unpack some of those right after this. Stick around. You're on the Road Dog, Sirius XM 146. Sirius Trucking News on trucking business and beyond is brought to you by Schneider. Visit SchneiderJobs.com.
Hey there, this is Tim Ridley. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. When I'm at the dinner table with my family, we are thankful for the drivers who helped make it possible for us to have our meal. When I go to the gas station, I think about the drivers who helped get the fuel to the pumps. We appreciate your diligence, your professionalism, and your selfless acts of kindness. Be proud of what you do. You are our heroes.
Rates are at historic lows. At the same time, home values have gone up roughly 50%. Maybe it's time to put that equity to work by paying off high-rate credit cards, personal loans, or remodel your house. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial. Let us put you in a position to do any of these things with no closing costs. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to see how we can save you thousands of dollars a year. So call Westland at 888-615-3669. Call us at 888-615-3669.
Lennox Financial Mortgage Corp. DBA Westland. NMLS 3304. Not all loans apply. Equalizing lender.
Be part of the nation's premier heavy specialized carrier network. Lease your truck and trailer to Landstar. The Landstar load board is full of opportunities to haul heavy and specialized freight. If you don't pull heavy specialized now, you may have the chance to learn at Landstar. Earn more with Landstar's percentage pay model and let Landstar's innovative mobile apps and discount programs help put more money in your pocket. Call Landstar today at 877-472-0099 or go to leasetolandstar.com.
It's me, your personal info. Remember when I was only in a few places?
Like your wallet,
your computer, or a safe deposit box. Well, now I'm practically everywhere on all your devices, where you browse, shop,
And bank online.
anywhere you log in.
your info is out there.
And what you do online can leave you vulnerable to cyber criminals. More threats demand more protection. That's why Norton and LifeLock are now part of one company. Norton 360 with LifeLock provides all-in-one membership for your cyber safety that gives you device security, identity theft protection, a VPN for online privacy, and more. No one can prevent all cybercrime and identity theft, but Norton 360 with LifeLock is your ally in today's connected world, even if your info is on vacation. Sign up today for Norton 360 with LifeLock and save 25% or more off your first year by going to norton.com/Sirius. That's norton.com/Sirius for 25% off.
I'm meteorologist Ken Boone here at the Weather Channel with an interstate weather update as we take a look at your east-west routes here heading through this Monday afternoon. Let's start in the south on I-10. Hit or miss storm possible from Jacksonville over to the panhandle of Florida, and then on I-10 as you travel through southeast, south central Texas, we could see a pop-up shower or storm. Better storm chances further north, however. Interstate 70, a few showers and storms possible across Ohio and Indiana. Better storm chances on 80, northern Pennsylvania, on over through north central Ohio. And some of those storms do have the potential for gusty winds, heavy downpours. 90 and 94 as you travel across the Dakotas and into Montana here this afternoon. Areas of rain, and the rain could be heavy at times. It'll be breezy at times as well, and we'll keep a chance of showers in on 90 heading up through the Intermountain West as well. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone with custom weather for drivers twice an hour on the Road Dog, Sirius XM 146, and on the Sirius XM app for smartphones.
Kevin Rutherford on Road Dog Trucking Radio's Trucking Business and Beyond.
Welcome back. All right, I'm going to get back to the phones. I was talking to Bob in Indiana. So, Bob, I think I might know where you're going with this. Let me say one thing, and I'll have you respond. You and I could argue about how do we report somebody's death and the cause of death. If they have multiple comorbidities, what really caused the death? We could argue that all day long, and there's no right or wrong way. There's just how we've always done it. So my question becomes, prior to COVID, prior to this year, I could have 13 comorbidities. I could have heart disease, liver disease, kidney disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer. But if I got in a car accident, the car accident would be the cause of death. But that's not the way we're doing it now. No matter what you die of, if you have the virus, we're listing it as the cause of death. Why change?
Well, if you had the 13 comorbidities and you're in a car accident, it's reported as a result of the car accident. If you have 13 morbidities and have COVID, it's being reported as COVID.
But we don't know it's COVID. We're not doing autopsies. We can't know that. And a car accident is clearly the cause of death, but you're still listed as COVID. COVID was not the cause of death. People with no symptoms didn't even know they had COVID are being reported as dying from it.
Well, again, I think this is one we might just have to agree to disagree and move on. But would you care to comment on Sweden's experiment in not shutting down or locking down and what's happened to their economy? I think the claim that the economic impacts are due to the lockdowns and shutdowns don't seem to track with what happened over in Sweden.
Do you know what the size of their economy is?
No, it's much smaller. And again, and you'd have to look at the impact on a percentage basis.
No, not even that. Sweden is totally dependent. Their economy is dependent on the rest of the world. It's so small. Their trading partners shut down. Of course their economy is going to be impacted, but guess who started it? The largest economy in the world shutting down. That's who's hurting everybody else's economy. So you can't use Sweden as an example of why did their economy crash. It's obvious. Because they have nobody to trade with. They don't have any products. They don't have any exports. They're a tiny little economy. They don't have much control over the world economy. We have it all. And who's the next economy that got shut down? China. They quarantined millions and millions of people. The two biggest economies in the world shut down over this. That's why Sweden got hurt so bad.
I think it's just an example to look at, though, a country that didn't shut down.
Okay, then look at South Dakota. If you want to use examples that don't make sense because they're out of context, South Dakota didn't shut down. They have better results than everybody.
Is that current or after the Surges rally?
I haven't seen any big spikes. If there were, it would have been all over the news.
Well, I did read one article on some minor upturns after the Surges rally, but again, we're looking at
numbers.
data.
In numbers. I've said forever, this virus spreads easy. Put a lot of people together, a lot of people will get the virus. Doesn't mean they're dying from it, though.
Okay. Again, I think the CDC's analysis is important because if understanding what kinds of people are more likely to die is important to look at, which people need to be extra careful not to catch it.
I've been saying that forever. There's no argument there. I've been saying let's use the data. Why did it take them this long to start reporting it correctly?
Well, that's another whole topic. But again, there are things we do agree on. So I think it was good talking to you today.
Yeah, I absolutely agree that we should be using this data to actually save lives, not destroy it. That's my problem is we're using this data to destroy lives and businesses when we could use the same data to save lives and businesses if we did that, but we're not. That's what I'm crazy about. I'm not saying this virus doesn't exist. I'm not saying it doesn't kill people. It clearly does. Let's focus on how we fix that without destroying the economy and lives. I just read another story, a family near where I lived in Ohio, 4 dead from suicide. Suicide's way up, drug overdoses way up, depression, alcohol abuse, child abuse, domestic abuse, all through the roof over this. People shooting each other in the streets over this. So yeah, let's use the correct data, but let's use it to make good decisions and save lives, not destroy them. Let's go to Tennessee. John, welcome to the program.
Hey, Kevin. So, on a lighter note, make something a little bit easier for you.
All right.
Hey, you're familiar with Hot Shot Secrets, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you could you pull up their website? They have a product on there that I think that you may actually make everybody's life a little bit easier if it works out the way that I'm thinking. And while you're doing that, I ordered the OPS bypass system from you.
All right.
It took me like a whole week to get that thing in. Yeah, obviously, not that it was that bad of an install. It was actually pretty easy, pretty smooth. But they sent me the wrong fitting that goes into the banjo fitting for the oil supply off the turbo feed line.
Okay.
And they have it listed on their website as a 16 millimeter bolt, I think, and it turned out that mine was a 17. I don't know if I should reach out to maybe their technical support, like try to help them so that they can update their kit for my particular year.
Yeah, let them find out if maybe they have it wrong, or maybe that bolt's wrong on your truck. I don't know. Yeah, reach out to them and let them know.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, with my crazy schedule, I had to go to a hydraulic supply store, and then I had to figure out and make time to get over there during the week. But yeah, I mean, I love the product, and like I said, it was pretty easy to install. But anyway, so now that you have, I'm sure that the Hot Shot Secrets website, they have a product in there. I think it's called TBN. According to the description, it's supposed to help up the total base number. So, like, if our extended drains, I've heard you recommend quite often, like, just drain a gallon out and add a gallon. Instead of doing that, maybe just adding this. I was kind of wanting your opinion on that. I don't know how detailed you can see. What their description is.
I don't need to see a lot because this is really